Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. I welcome you to this video. So yeah, Trump had his first rally yesterday and we were all trying to decipher what exactly is going on. So I will give you an analysis of what exactly happened and how I think the 2020 election is going to unfold. So please don't forget to watch this video right till the end. And before you get started, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel because nobody else is going to tell you the detailed analysis of worldwide topics in a very frank fashion. I don't mince my words. If you have seen my previous videos, I really just say what I want to say without any obstructions. So if you really want to hear the truth and nothing but the truth, subscribe to this channel. Let's get started. This is an article from the Washington Post, which is the Jeff Bezos paper, ironically. So, Trump's rally looked like his vision of America, limited and pitiless. So, Trump's vision of America, we all know that it is definitely limited. America first, America first, America first. Every day, this guy is just screaming out of his lungs. So, definitely, it is limited and it is pitiless. There is no pity over here, there is no mercy over here. So yeah, you can see this guy over here. He's arriving on stage to speak to his crowd in Tulsa and Oklahoma. Oklahoma is also now a southern state. Okay, it's a very racist and very backward state. I've been to Oklahoma. There are many tornadoes in Oklahoma. It's the Hurricane Alley. So yeah, many problems in Oklahoma. It is not at all a very good place to live in. The president paused for dramatic effect before he walked on stage at his Tulsa rally. So, this guy is, to be honest, a celebrity, right? He was the shoe of the apprentice. So that's why he likes to do these kind of dramatic effects. So he paused for a dramatic effect before he walked on stage at his Tulsa rally. That's what this guy is doing here. He was silhouetted under a blue and white Make America Great Again banner and against an American flag. So as you can see here, there's a Make America Great Again banner and there's an American flag. So he was silhouetted against it. And in a few seconds that he stood basking in adoration, he resembled a giant black rectangle, a massive inanimate void. So, so yeah, Washington Post is trying to become, very poetic sort of. So when he emerged into the light, he walked into the cheering embrace of a mostly unmasked crowd, bedecked in red Trump hats and MAGA t-shirts, along with the occasional QAnon tank top and "Don't Tread on Me" pullover. So when he emerged into the light, so when this asshole just came into the light, he walked into the cheering embrace of a mostly unmasked crowd. So there were no masks in on Trump rally because obviously nobody of them believe that coronavirus is real. To be honest, that's exactly what that is. And bedecked in red Trump hats. So these are these kind of moronic hats that they wear and MAGA t-shirts along with the occasional QAnon tank top. So QAnon is again like a conspiracy theorist. It's a conspiracy theory organization which literally believes that Hillary Clinton had a pizza shop where she was murdering people. These are actual things, and these conspiracy theorists come to Trump rallies, which are the QAnon. That's what they are called, QAnon, and "Don't Tread on Me" pullover. So it's tempting to say that it was a crowd that didn't look anything like America because it appeared to be so lacking in diversity, so overwhelmingly white. So as I've said, white people that live in the middle parts of America, they were the ones who elected Trump because they faced decline in their life since the past 30 to 40 years. And if you ask me, honestly, I don't blame them for that. Trump is at least the politician that talks about these things. Nobody else even talks about them. So I don't blame these white people for that. Many people want to just label these white people as racist and just say that because they are supporting Trump, that's why they are racist. And even Washington Post does that. Okay, but I don't think that's the case. I have met many of these people in the middle parts of America, and I don't think all of them are racist. But it's just that the big corporations and the people like Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates, they have screwed these people for a long time. That's why they are so upset about their lives. But in fact, the crowd looked precisely like America does in more than a few suburbs, countries, counties, and hollers. As I said, the middle part of America is entirely white. As that's why Washington Post is saying that America does. This is how America looks like in a few suburbs, counties, and hollers, in churches and offices, in the president's inner circle. There were only a few brown faces sprinkled directly behind the president's lectern, along with a small cluster of them under Black Voices for Trump signs. So there is this tokenized black guy who, Trump likes to just point out and say that, okay, this is like the black guy for Trump or the brown guy for Trump. But yeah, it's all just a show. Okay. America is, I've studied the American political landscape for the past 10 to 12 years of my life. And what I can say is that what is happening right now with Trump is just a manifestation of what has been happening in America for the past decades. This is not something new. People like to just blame Trump for everything, and it is very easy to blame Trump. But Obama was also at fault. Obama did nothing. Obama was just like a token black president who did absolutely nothing. So if you ask the black people in America, they completely hate Obama. They don't even like Obama. That's just the plain fact. I've talked with many black people and they say that Obama did nothing for them. Obama was just like, two-faced person. He said one thing and he did exactly opposite thing. At least Trump has no filter into him. So he literally just says everything that comes to his mind. Such a homogeneous throng might be jarring for some. So this throng, like this crowd was very, very homogeneous because it was all with white people and it can be jarring for some. For others, it's completely normal and right. So America is so divided. Half of the people believe that Trump is a moron. Half of the people believe that Trump is the greatest president ever. It is absolutely divided, and literally the line is in the smack down in the middle. So others believe that it is normal and right, while some believe that it is extremely abhorrent. For the president, it was like coming home. So yeah, I completely agree. For Trump, it was like coming home because he likes to do these kind of assholeish rallies all over America. And what to be honest, what is the point of even doing a rally? It's not a rally. It's like a show business. It's like a theater. It's like a film show that you go to enjoy like the film. That's what it is. There's nothing more to it. He just says everything that comes to his mind, and he just rambles along like an old white guy just rambling along, and there is nothing else to it. The crowd also looked like the America that baffles so much of the world in the midst of a pandemic. It was a snapshot of an America that refuses to wear face masks, even as science has argued that doing so is one of the few ways to fight the spread of the coronavirus. Yeah, they don't believe in any of this. Even Trump does not believe in any of this. They have made it very, very clear. Masks are not for one's own good but for the public good. It would be easy to explain this lapse on this country's tradition of rugged individualism. So again, I've seen this kind of exceptionalism that goes through the length and breadth of America, which is the rugged individualism. So I will do whatever I want. We don't care. What else? Why do you want to interfere into my life? All of these kind of maddeningly insane things have literally made America what it is right now. I personally think that too much freedom is detrimental for your own health. You should not have too much freedom. Okay, that is a very controversial statement that I'm making, but yeah, I firmly believe that too much freedom is detrimental for your own health. So that's why rugged individualism has literally collapsed America in these times. But sometimes cruel selfishness gums up our understanding of personal freedom. Absolutely true. I cannot agree more. Sometimes cruel selfishness gums up our understanding of personal freedom. So the pure selfishness of people of not wearing a mask gums up in the sense like just eats up our understanding of personal freedom. Very, very important statement. The crowd draped in the red, white, and blue of the flag looked like an America determined to celebrate the rara idea of our national identity, not one ready to wrestle with the uncomfortable, challenging nuances of it. There are many Trump supporters that just support him no matter what. You cannot change their mind. They know that Trump is brash. They know that Trump is completely incapable. They know that Trump is completely, he lies all the time. They know all these things. But even then, they support them. That's, to be honest, I give props to Trump that he has built up this kind of very loyal fan following, and nobody else really in today's world has this kind of loyal fan following. People can take a bullet for Trump. This is an absolute fact. Trump has himself said that he can stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue in New York and shoot somebody and he will not lose even a single follower, and he is absolutely right in that. I just give my honest opinions on this channel. I don't like to mince my words. I have seen a whole lot of ass covering happening even on the news channels and everybody else, and everybody has an agenda. CNN has its own agenda, and Fox News has its own agenda. If news media in India have their own agenda, everybody has their own agenda. I really like to give what exactly is in my mind, and what are like, even I know that I'm not completely unbiased. So I know that I have a few biases inside of me, but I try to look at things based on the experiences that I've had, and try to give you what exactly is in my mind. So how else could folks cheer a president after he suggested a new law punishing flag burning, or as the Supreme Court has called it, symbolic speech that's protected by the First Amendment? So people are burning flags in America. I have made a video about it where I say that people are burning American flags inside of America. So go and watch that video. You will understand what I mean. But yeah, people are burning flags in America, and he has suggested that he people would be put in jail if they start burning flags. And the Supreme Court has said that it is like a symbolic speech that's protected by the First Amendment. So you can burn flags in America. Supreme Court is saying that, and Trump is saying that you need to put these people in jail. If you ask my frank opinion, if somebody burns that country's flag in that country, then surely that should be a crime. So I am with Trump in this regard. So as I said, many people don't even want to be on the side of Trump because they feel that every time they are on the side of Trump, they will be called a racist. But I don't think that's right. I like to look at people's behaviors very objectively, as objectively as I can, and that's why I think Trump is right on this. And to be honest, Trump says a few things that are really true many times. Obama was a two-faced person. Bush was also like a moronic person. Bush was recorded so many times doing so many gaffes on the television. So at least Trump says what is in his mind, and sometimes he speaks the truth. Trust me, go and watch few of his things. He sometimes really speaks the truth. The crowd didn't fill the 19,000 seats of the BOK Center. The upper tiers of the arena were mostly empty. There were no people to overflow into the outdoor overflow festival space where the Vice President Pence were supposed to speak, and so that stage was dismantled. But there were still plenty of people who sat through the president's nearly 2 hour campaign speech, no small portion of which was taken up by an elaborate narration and pantomime explaining why he would had so much terrible walking down a ramp after a speech to West Point graduates earlier this month, and why he needed two hands to drink from a glass of water. So yeah, Trump these all these things. He did all these things yesterday, where he literally told people why he was having so much trouble walking down the ramp after a speech to the graduates earlier this month. So people were saying that he is not well, and again why he needs two hands to drink from a glass of water. So he literally drank from drank from a glass of water with one hand. So yeah, he did all these things, and people watched it and cheered it on. So yeah, this is America. you know Nothing to say here. I don't know what else to say. It was a long rambling performance with the president lamenting that he surely must have saluted some 600 times, and by god, it was so hot that day, and the ramp was like an ice skating rink, and he was wearing leather sole shoes. So yeah, anything and everything that comes to his mind, this guy just barts it out. So it was a long rambling performance with the president lamenting that he surely must have saluted some 600 times, and so he surely must have saluted 600 times. I don't know I don't know what even that means, to be honest. And by god, it was so hot that day. So it was very hot that day. So this guy was trying to complain about the weather, why it was so hot, and the ramp was like an ice skating rink. Yeah, he was saying these kind of completely moronic and completely insane things, and people were cheering on it. So yeah, this is America. So a ramp was like a skating ring, and he was wearing leather sole shoes. So completely unrelated four things in one statement, and he was saying all these things somehow, and people were cheering on that. As far as he was concerned, he really should have been cheered for making it down that ramp unscathed instead of being mocked in the media. As far as he was concerned, so as far as his opinion was concerned, he really should have been cheered for making it down that ramp unscathed instead of being mocked in the media. So many people in the media mocked him, but he was saying that he should be applauded for doing that. I don't know what else to say, to be honest. America has become so divided. Everybody has just given up on the news media. Trump calls many news media literally fake news every single day. There is absolutely no credibility to the news organizations or anybody else in the world. Trump tweets anything and any random things that comes to his mind. Literally, this guy tweets about the fighting matches, the football matches, anything and everything that comes to his mind. He literally calls people low lives and what sons of bitches, all of that. This is your president. This is an elected official who is the president of America saying all these things. You still want to tell me that America is in a good shape? I really don't buy any of these arguments. America has been in a deep spiral of decline since a long, long time. Since 4 decades, America has been like this. So perhaps it made him feel better when the Tulsa crowd, his crowd, applauded after he theatrically drank a glass of water on stage with only one hand and didn't dribble any of it on his tie. So, what made him feel better when the Tulsa crowd, the rally crowd, applauded after he theatrically drank a glass of water on stage with only one hand and didn't dribble any of it on his tie. So yeah, this is an achievement for Trump. Come on, okay, give it to this guy. This is an achievement for Trump that he drank a glass of water with one hand and he did not dribble it on his tie. So and that's why the crowd was cheering for this kind of accomplishment of Trump. Yeah, this is America. Nothing to see here. I don't know if you're getting the sarcasm that I am trying to portray, but yeah, this is, I've seen so many moronic people in America, and they are so brain dead, to be honest, that they don't even understand, what exactly are they living for. They have never ventured out of America. They don't know anything that is happening outside of America. So they are just completely fed, all the propaganda by the news channels. And so the people who watch CNN just feel that, Trump is like a very bad person, and the people who watch Fox News feel that Trump is like the Messiah. He is just going to take us out of this madness. So both of them are completely wrong, to be very honest with you, in my honest opinion. And I think the kind of division that is in America right now is just so stark, and it is, to be honest, very scary, because literally so many people in America have guns, right? So gun epidemic is like a very insane thing in America. America is a very gun crazy country. So just imagine what is going to happen if all of these people start coming on the streets with guns. They can literally start a civil war in America. So right now with the George Floyd protests, everything is just completely in a chaotic situation right now. Just imagine if you put guns into it, and civilians have guns. People have guns in their houses. America is a shithole country. It's a very racist country. It was Trump's crowd. Definitely, it was this guy's crowd. Everything is his. Everything is because of him. I have done a phenomenal job, he said, about the federal government's response to the pandemic. I saved hundreds of thousands of lives. So, to be honest, I agree with a few things of this person, but I also think that he is a very narcissistic person. So, it was Trump's crowd. Everything is his. Everything about him. Everything is because of him. I have done a phenomenal job. That's what this guy was saying. I saved hundreds of thousands of lives. There are over 2 million people now in America that have coronavirus. More than 100,000 people have died. But even then, this guy is saying that, I saved hundreds of thousands of lives, and people are applauding that. Nothing to see here. If you still want to come to America, I don't know what else to say. The coronavirus and the disease it causes, COVID-19, have riled Trump almost as much as his political opponents or the news media. He has given this plague derogatory names, calling it the Chinese virus and the Kung flu. So this is also a very new thing that I heard yesterday. It's called a Kung flu. So, this is like a very racist and derogatory thing to say, but he said it on stage yesterday in the rally. So he has called it a Chinese virus and also Kung flu as well, as if he can insult it into submission. This guy is funny, to be honest with you. I mean, he can say all the racist and insane things, but he is sometimes very funny. He lamented the rising case numbers that have been detected through increased testing and admitted that he said to officials, slow the testing down, please. So he was telling people to slow down the testing so that the numbers can look good on him. Yeah, this is America. Nothing to see here. I don't, right now, I don't even know why I'm saying this statement, because, it's just so obvious now that America is just a completely insane country. And his crowd was unbothered by this comment, whether it was horrifying truth or an attempt at humor at a time when the American death toll from the virus continues to rise. And his crowd was unbothered by this comment. They were unbothered by, when he said that slow down the testing, please. They just didn't care. Whether it was horrifying truth, it was a horrifying truth or an attempt at humor at a time when the American death toll from the virus continues to rise. America is first in everything, even in the coronavirus cases and coronavirus deaths. America is first. The vice president warmed up the arena. So now this asshole came along. The vice president, who is a completely robotic person, he doesn't have any emotions. He mentioned the terrible death of George Floyd, but then quickly directed the attention to the destruction of property, to praising the members of law enforcement and reassuring the audience that the president would not be defunding the police. So, again, a sort of rhetoric that I've seen by many people in America. And to be honest, people are just fed up of this, just, plain statements that don't have any substance. Everyone chants Sleepy Joe, Trump's latest nickname for Joe Biden, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee. So yeah, this is almost like a birthday party of a 10-year-old, right? So it's like a 10-year-old guy who is having a birthday party, and they are just chanting this kind of Sleepy Joe kind of thing. And how old is Trump right now? 73, 74, something like that. So people are behaving like in such a childish way at a rally, and they are just chanting Sleepy Joe. Interesting. As Pence exited the stage, he reassured everyone that Trump would make America great again. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So Trump had said in a sort of rally before he got elected that we are going to win so much that you will be tired of winning. This is an actual statement. So we are going to win on everything, and you will be tired of winning, and you will tell me that we can't handle this winning anymore. So is America tired of winning yet? That's the frank question that I want to ask. As Pence exited the stage, he reassured everyone that Trump would make America great again. So, there is a logical fallacy in this statement that if America is made great right now by Trump, then how do you make it great again? So if you want to make it great again, then that means that America is not great right now. But Trump has already made America great. So there are slogans in Trump rally that say that keep America great. So what that means is that America is already great now. So yeah, so this is such an insane thing that he wants to make America great again. Interesting. But it was far too many adverbs in one short sentence. Perhaps if we just keep it simple and try to make America great for everybody, that's challenging enough. So yeah, even Washington Post is trying to be sarcastic over here. If we just keep it simple and try to make America great for everybody, that's challenging enough. But Trump is not an everybody wins sort of president. He is not an everybody wins sort of president. He is just about himself, nothing else. Some people soar and others don't. He stood at the microphone, pinching at the air with his hands, ruminating and fulminating until everything becomes a blur of interminable, unearthed preening. So yeah, pretty big and heavy-handed statement. But all that means is that Trump is just about himself. He doesn't care about anybody else. He has been draining the swamp, he says, even as so many of his former staff accuse him of being the slimiest of all its monsters. So this is again, a slogan that has been going on in Trump rallies for years and years, draining the swamp. But yeah, this is also true that many of his former staff members have accused him of being the slimiest of all the monsters. This is also absolutely true. So America is just such a paradoxical and such an, a very hypocritical country that, they have been seeing these kind of things, draining the swamp, or, Washington does not work. Even Obama was saying that. But they themselves are so deep into it. They themselves are so corrupt that they don't have even the right to point fingers at anybody else. He bragged about saving the nation's capital from civic unrest in the aftermath of Floyd's death in police custody, even though predominantly peaceful protesters were set upon with chemical agents and rubber bullets. Again, you can see this person. He is after the rally. He is trying to go somewhere. He knows about racial justice. That's what this guy was saying. He practically invented racial justice. So so these are actual words by this person. I don't know whether to laugh or cry, but yeah, to be honest, I really even pity the people who are in America right now. So he knows about racial justice. That's what this guy is saying. He practically invented racial justice. So Trump invented racial justice. That's what this guy is saying again. She is the self-proclaimed law and order president who had no idea of the meaning of Juneteenth, which was when his rally was originally scheduled, even though for 3 years his own White House has been sending out proclamations recognizing it. So I made a video about what exactly is Juneteenth. Go and watch that video and you will understand what exactly is Juneteenth. But yeah, this guy has had no idea about what exactly is Juneteenth. But even then, he was saying that he invented racial justice, and people were cheering him. I don't know what else to say here. It's just so insane that you don't even see these kind of things on television, on like sitcoms, on like what that show with Kevin Spacey, House of Cards. You don't see it on even on those shows, and you are seeing it in real life with Trump. This is so surreal. This is so I mean, you have to pinch yourself every once in a while to ask yourself if this actually real. Because many times what happens is that we just get into the flow of these things and we don't understand if it is actually real, or whether this is just some sort of a like a fancy thing that is happening. So we really need to pinch ourselves and try to understand that if this is really real. He extolled the virtues of policing in Tulsa but offered no thoughtful consideration of the 1921 riot in which white residents, aided by law enforcement, destroyed a prosperous black enclave and killed its residents. He extolled the virtues of policing in Tulsa. So he was in Tulsa in Oklahoma. So he said that we are the greatest and brightest and biggest and all of that bullshit, but offered no thoughtful consideration of the 1921 riot. So there was a riot in 1921 in Oklahoma in Tulsa in which white residents, so in which white assholes were aided by the police. So white assholes and the police together destroyed a black enclave and killed its residents. This happened in Oklahoma, in Tulsa, in 1921. So this was almost like a genocide that happened. But this asshole did not even mention it in his rally. This is America. And then with his chest thrust forward, he boasted, "I have done more for the black community in 4 years than Joe Biden has done in 47 years. And his crowd, his America, roared. Last statement in this article. Then with his chest forward, he boasted, "I have done more for the black community in 4 years than Joe Biden has done for 47 years. And his crowd, his America, roared." Whether you like this asshole or not, you just need to understand that people in America do like him. People in America really want to see this asshole as president again. That's just the plain fact. And my honest opinion is that Trump is definitely going to win again. Mark my words. I have studied the world politics and geopolitics and world economy and how the world functions on a very deep fashion. I can definitely tell you that this guy is going to win again. So I will stop talking here. If you liked my analysis of this article, please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel for more videos like these. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.